What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Kalu, and welcome to my first YouTube video with commentary. Um, Before we get started into the main topic of the video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my girlfriend, sweetie. If you're watching this, thank you very much for the nice microphone that you got me for Christmas. It's because of you that I get to make this video, so love and appreciate you. But yeah, thank you again, sweetie. So yeah, let's get into the video. I always thought that a Super Saiyan form tier list would make for like a nice discussion kind of video for one of the first videos I do a commentary. And I've never actually made one before. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm recording off a MacBook, by the way. I've had it since 2019. It's a little old, so I apologize if there's a bit of lag in the video or whatever. She's all I got for now. She's been with me through college, so she's a real one. So she's gonna be helping us out for a bit until I upgrade in the future. But yeah, I still plan on doing high quality videos, or to the best of my ability. So blah 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 blah. Let's just get into it. So I'll just go in order, I guess. So we will start with Kaioken. Kaioken, I think I'll start with A tier. Kaioken's cool. Not really a transformation, I guess, more of a technique. But yeah. Cool. Very cool during the Saiyan saga. And yeah, I'll put that there for now. See how I feel about it later. Great Ape, Ozaru, Giant Ape, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put this in A. I'll put that in A for now. Great Ape is pretty much like the original form of the Saiyans in a way, I guess. So I feel like it definitely deserves some respect. I'll leave it up there for now. What's next? False Super Saiyan. I feel like a lot of Dragon Ball fans actually kind of like this form. A lot of people want it to be in the games and whatnot. But me personally, I've never been that crazy about this form, to be honest. So I'll put it in the D tier. So for those of you who don't know, this was actually what this is like Toei's vision of what Super Saiyan looks like. Before this one debuted in the manga. So this form made its debut in the Lord Slug movie, and when Goku pulled this form out, they were called King Kai was like, "Oh, Goku has become a Super Saiyan," and yeah, in this movie, this is Super Saiyan Goku. I actually believe that the Japanese title of this movie is Super Saiyan Goku. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's what it is. And in English, it's just like Lord Slug or whatever. But yeah, I've never been crazy about this form. I think it's kind of ugly, to be honest. Like the colors, I'm not really a fan of, and yeah, it's just never been it for me. Now the OG, the GOAT. I think we all know where this one is going. I don't even really need to explain much. It's literally peak Dragon Ball. Super Saiyan, like, literally the most iconic transformation in all of anime and manga history. Like, it literally doesn't get more iconic than this. This is the blueprint. Super Saiyan Goku. Debuted, of course, when Goku fought Frieza. Frieza killed Krillin. And then, behold, we got one of the most iconic, pretty much the most iconic anime transformation seen of all time, and the most iconic anime and manga form. This is, like I said, literally peak Dragon Ball. I doubt that's a hot take. I'm sure a lot of people would have this form up here. So yeah, Super Saiyan. I really don't even need to spend much time explaining myself. Like, you all know why it's here. Okay, Super Vegeta and Super Trunks. I guess I'll put them. I guess technically they're like two different forms, but they're close enough for me where I'm just gonna put them in the same tier. So I think for now I'll put them in the B tier. They're cool. Super Vegeta's debut was pretty cool when he started bodying Cell, and then we all know what happened after that. What happened to poor old Vegeta. But then eventually Trunks took over and took on a different form than this. And this is where we were like kind of led to believe that Trunks was even stronger than Vegeta. But then it turns out that Vegeta didn't want, like, a lot of the muscle holding him back. So I think he could have done this as well, but he didn't want to like lose his speed. And Trunks made that mistake of being too bulky, and like it costed him the fight. Trunks, that boy really threw in the towel against Cell. He was like, I lost my will to fight. Just kill me already. Like that boy was done. He was ready to be killed. That's crazy. But yeah, I'll put these here for now. We'll see if I change my mind. So this is Mastered Super Saiyan. It's pretty much the same as this for the most part, so I'll just put it in peak Dragon Ball. I like this one because I really like the concept. It was Goku's idea to take the Super Saiyan form and make it as natural as breathing, so that they don't waste any energy spending time on the transformation itself. And I think that's a pretty cool concept. Plus, it was also really cool, like, seeing Goku and Gohan do everyday things in their Super Saiyan forms. So, yeah, I've always liked the concept of this, and like the lighter, like blondish, whitish hair look, and like the relaxed, like, eyes. Like here, Goku's eyes are more stern, he's more serious, but here the eyes are a little bit more relaxed. So, yeah, pretty cool concept. Good old Super Saiyan, again, peak Dragon Ball. Next, Super Saiyan Kaioken. I know this is kind of like a popular form, but I've never really been the most crazy about it. It's cool, like I don't hate it, but I think the way it looks is kind of what's holding me back from bringing it any higher. Like, to me, this kind of looks like Goku fell in like a tub of Kool-Aid or something. I don't know. I mean, and like this form only appeared for like 3 seconds, so like I don't know. I mean, the tournament arc, the filler tournament arc, the Otherworld tournament arc was pretty cool, but Super Saiyan Kaioken itself, I mean, the concept is cool. Like, it was brought back again in Dragon Ball Super, so I'll give it that. But look wise and like, I don't know. It just never really did too much for me, but I don't hate it, so I'll leave it in B for now. Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2. So remember, this is a forms tier list and not a like moments tier list. If this was a moments tier list, this would be up here with peak Dragon Ball. But I'm looking more at the forms and not really like the moment kinda. So Super Saiyan 2 as a form is fine. There's a few others that I like more than it, but I think I'll keep it in A. Could be S tier worthy, but I feel like it's such like an in between form, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And like, it only looks like really cool on a select few Saiyans, like Gohan, for example. Doesn't look too bad on Goku. Caulifla looks pretty cool on her. But then there's like Vegeta and like Trunks, where it looks the same for the most part. So I don't know. It's cool for sure. But I think I'll leave it in the A tier for now. Maybe I'll come back on it and change my mind. This is Controlled Super Saiyan Broly. Do I want to even put this on the tier list? Maybe I'll put it here for now. In a way, this is actually kind of like the original Super Saiyan Blue. It's kind of just like mind-controlled Broly with all like the things on him and stuff. You know what? I'll put it in A, I guess. Looks cool. Don't really have too much to say about it, but it does look cool. I like the hair color and like what it kind of means on Broly and whatnot. So Broly again, I think I will put this in A. Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So it's kind of weird because I think in like the manga slash canon, Goku is the legendary Super Saiyan because like he he became the Super Saiyan again after like 1,000 years or whatever, right? But in the, I guess the anime or like movie continuity or whatever you want to say, I don't even know. What I'm saying probably might not even be true, but like in this version of events, Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan itself. Um, I don't know. I guess we don't need to really get into it lore wise too much, maybe. But in terms of looks, it's cool. It's kind of funny that they made it a whole plot thing that like, you know, the bulky muscles could slow you down, so you don't want to do that. But then this guy comes out and he's just like blitzing everybody and embodying them. So that was that's funny. I don't know. Maybe they got to take some training tips from Broly. But yeah, I'll leave that there for now. Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan Suri. I will put that in Z for sure. That is a Z tier form. Um, I feel like this form gets a lot of hate online. Um, I think the issue that people have with it is like in the manga, it doesn't exactly do much other than like kind of be like a hindrance for Goku. And like, you know, when Goku uses it, it shortens the amount of time he has to spend on Earth. And even during the Kid Buu fight, um, he needs like a whole minute to charge up and use his full power. But then even when he tried that, like he couldn't even do it. Like he wasn't able to do it. So like in the manga slash like canon or whatever you want to say, um, Super Saiyan 3 didn't really do much. In the movies, it doesn't really get much better for Super Saiyan 3 in the movies as well. In Rise of the Dragon, he did pretty good. Like, you know, he brought out the dragon for some watch and whatnot, which is sick. But in Fusion Reborn, bodied by Janemba. Battle of Gods, bodied by Beerus. Even in GT, like, Super Saiyan 3 was getting disrespected by Baby. It was crazy. So, like, this form has seen a lot of, like, disrespect by not only the fans, but the series itself, if you think about it. And, like, even Toei, I think even Toei doesn't even like animating this form because of all the hair and whatnot. But, regardless, I think it looks pretty cool. I've always liked Super Saiyan 3. So, I'm going to put it in Z tier. Ultimate Gohan. I'm going to put Ultimate in C tier. Now, some of you might be watching this and think like, whoa, 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 Ultimate's not a transformation, it's a technique. Well, you'd be wrong, actually, because in the Dragon Ball Super manga, it stated that Ultimate is a transformation. Like, Goten and Trunks look at Ultimate Gohan and they're like, Ultimate, that's the name we gave your transformation. So, yeah, transformation. I don't really think too much of the Ultimate form, because, like, it doesn't really, like, it makes Gohan, like, super strong, of course. It's Gohan's full potential. And, like, you know, the bang looks cool and all, but, like, never really stood out to me, like, visually like the other forms. So, I guess the concept is cool. Like, it's Gohan's, like, full power brought out and being utilized. But, other than that, it's alright, I guess. Moving on, we got Golden Great Ape. I'm gonna put this one in S tier. It's gonna be our first S tier transformation. I like this one because, like, you know, it's the Great Ape, which I think is supposed to be like the original form of the Saiyans. I could totally be wrong on that, but yeah, it's just giant monkey but golden, like a Super Saiyan giant monkey. So that looks pretty cool to me, and I also like, you know, other than the look, like I also like the moment in GT where Pan had to calm down giant ape Goku so that he could return to reason, and it led to the form that we're going to talk about next, Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4. This will be a Z tier form. Yeah. GT Super Saiyan 4. Very, very, very popular transformation, adored by fans everywhere. It was so popular that Akira Toriyama decided to spin the block and give us his own version right here, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, GT Super Saiyan 4, very cool form, raw, peak, swag, charisma, style, steez, all of that. Aura is another term that the kids like to use these days. Yeah, definitely a Z tier worthy form. It could even be in here, peak Dragon Ball for sure. I'm gonna leave it in Z for now. And hot take incoming, but I feel like this form is a little bit overrated. Just a little bit. A little bit overrated. Like, the glaze I have seen for this form is just unrivaled. And, like, it definitely deserves all the glaze it gets for sure. Don't get me wrong. But, I don't know. People just like to act like this form is the next best thing since sliced bread. And, I don't know. Like, it's amazing. It's awesome. It's swag, aura, personified. But, I don't know. I think this is Z tier in my opinion. But I could definitely see myself putting it in peak Dragon Ball. Peak Dragon Ball. Do I want to put it there? Peak Dragon Ball. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it here for now. I'll leave it here for now. Maybe I'll come back to it. Super Full Power Saiyan 4. Also gonna be in Z tier. In fact, it might even be even cooler than this one. So Super Full Power. A lot of people don't like that name, but I never really had too much of an issue with it. But for the most part, I usually kind of just say Full Power Super Saiyan 4. So this form, I feel like I don't really need to talk too much about it. It's pretty much this, but just full power. And I really like the red aura that surrounds it. So definitely very cool. Definitely Z tier worthy for sure. Z tier peak Dragon Ball. Either one works, to be honest. Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God. Where should I put this one? Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God. Where should I put you? I'm gonna put Super Saiyan God in A tier for now. This is a very important form in Dragon Ball history. Like, this form, along with Battle of Gods, is what brought modern Dragon Ball into what it is today. Like, the debut of this form, the debut of, like, Beerus and Whis. Like, this is a very significant form in Dragon Ball for sure. It introduced us into the modern era. So, lots of respect for Super Saiyan God. I think it's a cool looking, simple looking form. A lot of people don't like it because it's a quote unquote recolor. And, you know, I'm not going to hate for people for having that opinion for sure. I think it's cool. And I guess that's all that really matters. Like, I think it's a fine form, you know? Nothing too crazy. Just a fine form. So, Super Saiyan God, I don't know if I see myself bringing it any higher than A, so we'll leave it there. Super Saiyan Blue, I'm going to put you in A as well. Hot take, but I think I like Super Saiyan Blue a little more than Super Saiyan God for sure. Super Saiyan Blue, this is definitely one of the most hated forms in all of Dragon Ball. A lot of people hate it because they feel like it's a palette swap of the original Super Saiyan. And it doesn't help that this form kind of gets jobbed all the time. Like in Super, this form doesn't really have any like major wins until like DBS Broly. Like in DBS Broly, this form is like a beast in Dragon Ball Super Broly. And it looks pretty cool in like the Granola arc as well. I haven't read it in a long time, but I know Super Saiyan Blue was putting in work as well. But me personally, I like Super Saiyan Blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors, and I kind of just like the simple look of it, you know? Plus, I've also always really liked the aura and how it looks and sounds as well. So, not too much hate from me for Super Saiyan Blue. But, yeah, I guess A tier form. I will leave it there for now. I'm gonna ignore these two right here. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Oops. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. I'm gonna put you. Oh, computer's lagging. Come on, let's go. I'm thinking maybe A tier for Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Let's see. Ugh, my computer's not cooperating. All right, there we go. A tier for Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. This is one of the best moments in the Dragon Ball Super anime for sure. I remember. This is kind of like the moment that kind of put Dragon Ball Super on the map a little bit, like the return of the Kaioken after like, I think it was the Z anime. Like I don't think Kaioken appeared at all in GT. So, like I mentioned earlier, like the concept of this came back in Dragon Ball Super, and I think they did it pretty well. Pretty nice looking form. I feel like the red and blue really complement each other, and the moment where he busted this out against Hit was pretty awesome. Very cool moment. Very cool voice acting in both Japanese and English for sure. Just really cool. I think I remember like this moment and the roar used to give me chills for sure. So very, very cool. Put that in A tier. Next, I'll just do Super Saiyan Rage. I'll put that right here. Super Saiyan Rage I've never really been the biggest fan of. I remember when this form first appeared in the anime, and I was thinking like, oh crap, like Trunks is about to unlock a new form. Trunks is about to go Super Saiyan Blue. It's about to be like a Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan like mix, but I guess that's already kind of what Super Saiyan Blue is. But anyway, Super Saiyan Rage, this form never really like amounted to anything. We never really got like an origin on what this form is, and to me, it's kind of just such like a nothing burger form. Like I don't know, it's kind of just whatever to me. Never was really a big fan of it, so yeah, I'll just leave it in C tier. Next, we'll do Super Saiyan Rose. I'm thinking A tier for Super Saiyan Rose. A tier for Super Saiyan Rose. Do I want to put in A? A is looking kind of stuffed right now. Let's see. Maybe I'll put it in B. Put it in B for now. It looks really cool for sure. Definitely works with Goku Black. The pink and black complement each other very well. So, I'll leave it in B for now. Plus, the aura is also really cool and the sound as well. So, I'll leave that at B for now. Maybe we'll come back to it. You're in the manga. So same thing. These forms, I don't think I'm gonna bother putting these on the tier list, because this is like Super Saiyan Kale, pretty much, and this is like these two are kind of the same, and this is kind of pretty much a legendary Super Saiyan, which is already up here. So I'll leave that for now. Let's see. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. I'm gonna put you in C tier. I'll put you in C tier. This form definitely gets a lot of hate from what I've seen, but it does kind of have its fans. It has a fan base. I'm more of a Super Saiyan Blue evolved fan than a hater. I think the biggest issue with this form is that the aura is way too bright. They overdid it with the aura. It kind of makes the form hard to look at sometimes. Well, pretty much all the time whenever the aura's up. But when the aura is down and it's just this, I think it looks, pretty solid. So, one thought I've always had is that if this is what the original Super Saiyan Blue looked like, with a bit of a toned down aura, I don't know, maybe it could have been like better received, but I'll leave it here for now. Do I want to put it in B? Nah, I'll leave you in C for now. Maybe we'll come back to it. Alright, next. Ultra Instinct Sign. I think I'll put you in S. I think S is good. Ultra Instinct Sign, dude, like, the hype that was surrounding this form when it made its debut in the Dragon Ball Super anime is unrivaled. I think it was episodes 109 and 110. I think 110 is when this one debuted, and like the way this form was breaking the internet, like, that's not even an exaggeration. Like, this form was like Crunchyroll down. Nobody could watch this unless you lived in Japan and saw it on TV. But if you wanted to watch it like on a website, like, psh, you had no chance because every website was crashing, and like this episode even made it onto corn websites. Like, I don't want to say the actual word, the one that starts with a P, but this form was on corn sites. I didn't see them on the corn site. I just heard. Trust me. You get not to believe me on that. But I the hype surrounding this form and like its debut, like, it's not an exaggeration to say that this form broke the internet. Like, I feel like Ultra Instinct is pretty much modern day. Like, it's pretty much a modern day Super Saiyan in terms of like iconicness. That a word? Iconicity? I don't even know. But Ultra Instinct is kind of like today's like Super Saiyan in terms of like kind of like levels of being iconic. Definitely not as iconic as like the original Super Saiyan, but I feel like Ultra Instinct is one of the more iconic forms in Dragon Ball for sure. Like, I'd say it's even more iconic than Super Saiyan 4. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I think Ultra Instinct is more iconic than Super Saiyan 4. Like, all the Ultra Instinct Shaggy memes that were going around a few years ago, and like, just like all those like funny videos of like, doing Ultra Instinct and whatnot, like, pretty iconic form. Pretty iconic. Next is Mastered Ultra Instinct, or just like Ultra Instinct. I know Mastered Ultra Instinct. Bleh. Mastered Ultra Instinct is more of like a fan name. I'll put it in S tier. I think, hot take, but I like the silver haired form more than Ultra Instinct Sign, because the silver haired form is just more of like a complete look for me. So, plus it's like, more powerful, stronger. I feel like this is the more iconic look of the two. So I'll put it in S. I'm definitely more of a fan of it than this one, but these are both pretty peak, for sure. What do we have next? I'm not even going to put you on the tier list. This is True Ultra Instinct from the manga. Kind of a weird form, and I don't even know why it exists, really. I mean, I don't know if I want to be that hard on it. It's kind of like Goku's spin on Ultra Instinct, where he can use his emotions to power it, I guess. And I don't even know if it's even stronger than this form. But I kind of just feel like this one wasn't needed, but maybe I'll have to reread the manga and, like, reassess how I feel about it. But because it's so similar to Sign, I'm just going to, like, leave it here. This one, Ikari, or Wrath. I know the games like to call it Wrath. I'm going to put you in A. I'm going to put you in A because I really like the concept of the form. Like, using the power of the Great Ape while not actually, like, being burdened by the size of the form, I think is pretty cool. Pretty cool concept. And Broly was kicking butt in this form, and it looked really good in Dragon Ball Super Broly, which is my favorite Dragon Ball movie by far, for sure. I'll put you in A. This, okay. Full power Super Saiyan Broly. Not to be confused with Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Yes, they look very similar, but these are two different forms, I guess. Where do I want to put you? I guess I'll put you in A. So this is pretty much this, but this one has no control. But it looks cool enough, so I guess slide it in A. I don't really have too much to say about it. You're Super Saiyan, so I'll just leave you here. Ultra Ego. I'm gonna put Ultra Ego in B. I like Ultra Ego. Do I like it? I think it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'll say Ultra Ego is okay for now. Because I don't hate the look, but I'm not too sure how I feel about the concept. I haven't read the Granola arc in a while, so maybe I don't remember too much how this form works. But this is when Vegeta's trying to like channel the power of a god of destruction. And for him to get stronger in this form, he has to get hit and take damage. And I don't know if I really like that because there's only so much damage you can take before you just pass out and or die. And I think that happened to him in the manga. Like, he passed out because he took too much damage. So, I don't know. This form needs some refinement, I guess. But, maybe if I reread the manga or, like, it gets animated, maybe I'd change my opinion on it. But I'll leave it in B for now. Let's see what else. Okay. Gohan Beast. This might be controversial, but I'm going to put it in A. Gohan Beast is definitely one of the more controversial forms in Dragon Ball because people don't like how it looks. They say the hair is too long, he looks goofy. They'll say Gohan didn't earn this power. Takes that I don't fully disagree with. I remember when I first saw this form, and I was really put off by how it looked. Like, it had to take a little bit for it to grow on me, and over time it did. Like, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Super. A lot of people aren't really too crazy about Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instinct because they're just like quote unquote recolors or whatever. And like, not invalid opinions. And I never really had much of a problem with these forms. But when I saw this for the first time, this was like the first super form that had me like, I don't know how I feel about this one. But it definitely grew on me over time, and I think the ridiculousness of the hair size is actually kind of like charming in a way. Like, I just find the ridiculous hair size appealing, I guess. I don't know. It kind of just, I don't know. I don't hate the form. I don't hate the form. Could you say it's unearned? Sure. Yeah. I wouldn't really disagree with that. But yeah, I will put Gohan Beast in A. And last but not least, Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm going to put you in Z tier. And I feel like this is actually this could be a controversial take. From what I've seen, this form definitely has more haters than lovers, I think. This is Akira Toriyama Super Saiyan 4. And, I think the vast majority of people prefer this form over to this one. I remember when I first watched episode 19 of Daima, and the Super Saiyan 3 transformation sequence into Super Saiyan 4, and Nozawa's screams and voice acting. Like, bruh, when I saw the adult version of this, my jaw dropped. I just thought it was so cool. And when it came out, I was like, bruh, do I like this more than this one? Like, I actually had this one over this one for a little bit. But I think at the end of the day, I think I'm still going to side with the original a little more. But I think this one is like almost / just as cool as the original. For starters, I really like the color consistency. I like the red on red. This one, I was a little bit off put at the black on red. I kind of just didn't really like the color inconsistency that much. So I like the color consistency here for sure. But this form, the black and red still works. It's kind of just I always thought it was kind of weird how the black and red weren't really consistent. But oh well. But yeah, Daima Super Saiyan 4. I think it's cool. I think it's great. I can't wait to see it in Fighters and Dokkan Battle. I think it's gonna show up during the 11th anniversary for sure. And Yeah, pretty great form in my opinion. Um, that is pretty much it. Um, let's go through the list one more time. Um, see if there's anything I would change. S tier is kind of barren. I don't know if I even want this one in S tier. Golden grade 8, but do I want you in S tier? I wouldn't move you higher than S tier. Hmm. Hmm. I think you're S tier worthy. Sure. Kaioken. No. I think I like it. I think I like it. Yeah, this looks fine. So, there you have it, ladies and gents. This is my Super Saiyan forms tier list. Please let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Let me know what your tier list would look like. Let me know if you have any disagreements of any of the forms I placed. Let me know why you disagree, or let me know if you agree. But yeah, other than that, once again, shout out to my wonderful girlfriend for the mic. Love and appreciate you, sweetie. You're the best. You're the best. Yeah. So that's Kalu solos, Super Saiyan forms, forever. Still working on an outro, so bear with me for now. But thank you all very much for watching.